I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. I've been working in the manufacturing corporation for 10 years, and one day, my boss will tell me that I don't need I don't need you anymore because your job was got replaced by a machine. And actually, what happened? I don't know what I have to do because in my 10 years, what I do, it's the job, it's what I do in 10 years. Like, I produce my money from that, and when I lost that job, I don't know what I have to do because I don't have another ability, and I don't have other skills to do another job. And because of that, as and because of that, I strongly support this motion. First, I will define the motion first. The government would give a heavy tax to manufacturing corporation that automate majority of their workforce. It means that we would give a heavy tax for a corporation that their work was being measured by a machine. And now we move on to the status quo. How is the status quo right now? What happened right now? It's these things that many factory, like for example factory, there's many factory that used a machine, a technology for do the job. For example, like maybe for make a bread and something like that. And what the problem in the status quo? The problem is in the developed country, in the country like Indonesia, where the human resources was so many and it's too much. It's a bad thing because many people don't got a job because their job was run by an automate things. For example, because by automating like application like Traveloka, for example, because of application like Traveloka, tourism agent lost their job. That because the corporation used technology and program that can make someone lost their job. This automate thing is replace someone's jobs, someone's only way to produce money for themselves. And because of this bad thing that happened to us, I believe as a government we have to prevent this problem. And because of that, we strongly support to do a heavy tax for a manufacturing corporation that use automatic majority of their workforce. And we don't support if we don't give them a heavy tax because actually it's bring a bad thing for many people. And our goal is to prevent not optimization of using human resources because it's simply like when all the machine, like all the factory, all the corporation using machine, there's no the human resources cannot be used because their job or their tax that must be due, it's replaced by a machine. And the mechanism is every corporation that use automating would get a tax, but the tax would be more heavy if the automating is measuring the workforce. After that, I have my bargain approved. First, it's morally not fair because, for example, people with an administration major work at a bank, and bank it's a place or a workplace that's full of machine of a technology, and their work it's replaced by their machine. But while all their life was dedicated to work at bank, they have work at bank and after that they have no capability to work at other sector, and they can and after that because of that they lost their job, their opportunity to use their ability is gone because then they don't have another ability because all their life was spent to be a banker, like for example, and their human resources cannot be used. This is what happened if they don't have other ability. And actually, it's slowly illegal. It's slowly legal because when their workforce when their work was dominated by automatic things, they don't have to pay human resources, and because of that, the money that be claimed by corporation be more higher. And after that, because the automatic thing is working, is because the automatic thing is the one who working, so they don't get paid, and the government can do an income tax that every but and actually the government do it if the one who do the job is a human, so it simply replace the income tax that must be paid to the government, and because to the government. And because of that, I have my argument. Right now, many corporations use automatic thing as their majority workforce. They use these automatic things to do all the work and the tax of the corporation in this case, because it was majority the work. It's majority workforce. It means all the work be run by a technology program, robots, and the other thing to minimize human input. And the company do this thing because they want to minimize human input. Why they want to minimize human input? Because first, paid them is a burden for the company. When human work, they have to be paid as much as how they let out of effort to do their job. When it comes to a factory, for example, human energy, it's not that much. They have a limitation to use their energy to work, and in the end, the factory must make many people to do their work. Actually it's a burden for them because they have to pay to all of them, and it's not efficient for the company. But the problem is, if we change the work that in the past be done by humans to robots or a technology, the human must lose their work, and it's truly harmful for the human itself and also the country. If in the case it's in the country like Indonesia, when they have a demographic bonus, then there's so many human resources that not be used, and it will make the country poverty rate become higher. And because of that, because people lost their job, and not everyone have opportunity and ability to produce money with their own self. Like if you are poor enough, you can't open or make your own shop, for example. You can't be a businessman because you don't have a model to open your own shop. And actually it's really bad because not everyone got a lottery of birth, and with this factor, in the end, it bring more harm than good for the country. Many human resources that have an energy to be used, but the company choose a machine because it's more profitable for them. And because of that, as government, we have to heavily the tax to make the corporation use human resources more and not be measured by automatic things. With all that reason, we are proud to propose